Once again, we're at Rockfest in Cadott, Wisconsin. I'm Lou Brutus. My extremely old friend, as we'll explain later, Ben Burnley from Breaking Benjamin is here. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you, man. How are you?
I'm doing really good. You put together, I think, one of the great tours for this summer, one of the great summer tours
I
in
did?
several years. Well, somebody with you
Somebody did. It wasn't
it's
me.
a great lineup. Tell me about everybody on it.
We got Chevelle, 3 Days Grace. I think Diamante is playing a few shows, and Dorothy, and is that it? I think that's it.
Not a bad night of music, though.
No, it's cool. I was saying in an interview the other day that it would be a show that, like, I'm not counting myself. If I wasn't on it, I'd want to go to it. I'd want to go to it.
It's a hell of a lineup, and I know you have played with pretty much, I think, everybody on that before. Maybe some folks more than others. Let's take, for example, the guys in 3 Days Grace, who you've done, I think, hundreds of shows with.
Oh my God! Yeah.
And I don't want to put it that they were lording this over you, but I think when it comes to tour pranking, I think they think they got the upper hand on you. Do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah. It's fun. I've always, probably because I suck at it, I've always hated that. You know how it kind of people stop doing it. You know what that's all about, right? Yeah. Didn't you notice that people just stopped doing it?
It doesn't happen like it used to.
No, it used to be like a
there
staple.
used to be a real sort of, can you top this thing to it?
Oh yeah. Well, the trick of the whole thing was to find like a line or something about something about somebody's song, and then you parody it. For instance, we have a song called So Cold, so 3 Days Grace, being the phenomenal pranksters they are, they during the song they set 2 hockey goals up, and then they blasted all of this blue and white confetti out, so it was like snowing, so it was like so cold, and they're like playing hockey on the stage with all of this blue, just massive amount of blue and white confetti, and it just kept popping it off, like it was just exploding blue and white confetti the whole time, so it was just, you couldn't even see. So that I thought that I didn't have the budget for that.
Does it have something to do with their primitive Canadian sense of humor?
That's what it was too. It was like a double entendre thing, that they're Canadian, so they had to make hockey out of it, and it was cold. So, and then I think it was either them or Seether. Somehow, I don't even know, it just was kismet that we were in this arena that just so happened to have these like little go-kart toilets, and they put signs on their back, and they were driving it around, and it sign said Diarrhea Jane.
Yeah, this
Jane.
This is the one that they were talking about.
Okay,
earlier.
So then that's with I don't know if it was them or Seether, because they're both like pranksters, and I don't remember who particularly did it, but I guess it was 3 Days Grace, and I couldn't come up with anything really. Their songs are too good to be like parodied or pranked on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But well, they got us.
Speaking of songs, you are revisiting some of yours with this acoustic album on the way. So please tell me everything on it, because I think there might be some new, some old, a little bit of mix.
Yeah, no. Well, there's just one new song, and then the rest are older ones, but and like ones from Ember too. There's a couple, but they're all acoustic. They all have orchestration on them, like full orchestra on them. And then there's 4 that have guest vocalists that is really, really amazing. They did so good. I have Lacey Sturm from, she used to be a singer for Flyleaf.
Yeah.
She's doing a song with me called Dear Agony.
And I can't believe that voice comes out of a person that small.
I know, man. I have a picture of me and her on my Instagram, and she's like up to my hip, because I'm like ridiculously stupidly tall, but yeah, no, she was great. She nailed it, man. She's so fun to work with too. She just like nails it every time, and she's such an incredible singer. So she did that, and then Spencer from Under Oath did Red Cold River, and then Adam Gontier, the original singer for 3 Days Grace, he did a song called Dance with the Devil with me, and then Mike, the singer for Red, did Failure with me.
You know, one of the things I really like about this, and those are intriguing matchups, but something I don't think rock has done enough of that they do a lot in the pop world and especially the hip hop world is
featuring.
people get together and they do stuff,
Yeah,
you know, and
yeah.
they're not so territorial.
There,
And I think that's really
every
good.
pop song that comes up, there's a FEAT in parentheses, and somebody's being featured. And
Well, that's why
we don't do that ever, really, do we?
And it's a shame.
I know. So I'm setting the pace here. I'm paving the way. No, it was just something. These guys are all just like friends of mine, and so I just was like, how can we put some more of an original spin on this, so it's not just like a remake of things, and so that's what I came up with. And I tried to get a couple more too, but it was like a time thing, and these guys more so than anything, they're like my friends, and so that's what's cool about it to me, that they're just like my friends on the record with me.
What's the timetable for this?
I don't know, man. I just turned it in, so whenever the label that I don't know. They probably told me, but I don't remember.
Could that mean a month or a year?
That could, yeah. All the above.
All right, fair enough.
I don't know, dude. They tell me stuff, and I don't remember, so I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Quite all right. Nothing to apologize
I mean, I could
for.
text and ask, but we'd probably be sitting here.
Well, see, I'd rather get more texts
Right,
from your mom.
right.
We'll explain
English
those
town.
in just a sec. There's
Yeah, that didn't sound good. Let's
let me back that up just a sec. It's ancient history for when he and I were kids, and I swear, it's nothing bad.
It's innocent.
Boy, did that sound awkward.
It's innocent.
My apologies. Back to the tour now. I doubt you would have anything set up here because it's a festival and there's not the facilities that you might normally have on the headlining tour you'll have in the summer. What kind of gaming rig are you going to be taking out this summer?
Right here. This whole thing, this masterpiece right here. No, it's just a laptop. It's like the strongest one, the most powerful one you could get. And then I have my Oculus sensors like mounted to it so I could just play in VR. Sit in this corner here and play in VR.
Yeah. Did you build all that yourself?
No, it's not built. I just used like.
Well, I mean, put it together. Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're just like
Velcro.
Yeah, and then I bought these mounts online that hold the sensors. That's good enough. But yeah, so it's like a little mobile VR thing going, and I don't play anything but VR anymore. I can't. I'm ruined. It's ruined. It's ruined my life too.
Did the Avenged Sevenfold guys?
That's what took the Acoustic album so long. Just kidding.
Would have been done 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. My label's gonna be like.
I remember the Avenged guys were really impressed with a big gaming system you had out with them. I think about a year and a half.
Yeah, at that time I had like a bigger computer and I had it set up over there at that table over there. But I found that just so much easier this way, and there's really not much difference in performance. So I just went with this.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, one last thing before I let you go, and this is what we were referring to before. Ben and I, several years ago, through some background histrionic conversation, realized that we knew each other when we were kids, working at a place called the Englishtown Auction. I am from Englishtown, New Jersey. It's a huge flea market.
Mm-hmm.
And,
it used to be.
Yeah, it used to be. It's still there. Maybe not in its glory as it was when we were kids.
Yeah.
But tell me about the business your family had there.
My family had a clothing business where we would take clothes that had like seconds and thirds, like holes in it or something. Then we would mend them and sell them really cheap, which is really funny because at Englishtown, people would complain all the time. Like, this shirt's got a sew in it. Yeah, that's why it's $1.50.
Instead of, you're not buying it at the mall for $12.
That's what we do. So, but yeah, the people would always complain, there's a hole in this. Right. That's why it's 50 cents. But anyway, but yeah, my grandfather had a big stand in Englishtown, and me and my brother as kids, because we're working for a family, child labor laws don't apply. So we were used as mules.
Yeah.
And we worked. But he let us play around there a lot too. We had a great time. We loved Englishtown. I loved Englishtown. And then at the end of a long weekend, because I'm just a kid, my grandfather would give me, for like 3 days, he would give me like $50, and I thought it was the greatest thing in the world.
And $50 at the Englishtown Auction, like you could live like a king.
Yeah. I freaking worked 12 hours a day for less than $1 an hour. Like 2 cents an hour.
I was making like $35 a day, and I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do with all this money?
I know. Well, when you're a kid, $50 is like, and because he was Englishtown, he knew what he was doing too. He gave it all to us in ones.
Yeah.
So it's like this big stack.
I'm going to the Wee Donut shop. I'm going to get some donuts.
Yeah,
Then I'm getting the fresh
comic
squeezed
books,
lemonade. Yeah,
the arcade was in there somewhere. We always got lost looking for the arcade, but there was an arcade in one of those buildings too that we always used to go to. So, yep, donuts, egg sandwiches on a Kaiser roll.
That was Arts. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We're the only two people who understand. So I'm sorry that you have to sit through this, but it was an awesome place when we were kids.
Let us reminisce.
Yeah.
No, it was great. I loved it. I bought so many cheap knockoff toys from there, like fake Transformers that actually now are worth some money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a bunch of those because they always had those. They always had the cheap knockoff.
Yeah, battery
stuff.
operated and the dog.
Yeah,
dogs
just that
stuff.
and like fake toys that were like made to look like the real one, but it was like a fake cheap replica of it. They had all. That's what Englishtown was all about.
Awesome
but it was great.
Stuff.
Yeah, I bought my first guitar at Englishtown too. So I guess.
What was it?
It was No Name, of course. No Name. No Name.
Matt O'Caster.
Yeah. It was something, I don't even know the name of it, but it was silver and it looked all metal and shreddy and I was so into it. So, but yeah, it definitely wasn't no Jackson or I was like a Braxton.
Do you still have it? You don't have
No,
it.
man, I wish I still had that guitar.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah, I wish I still had that guitar.
Well, do you ever look up stuff like that on eBay just to try and find, okay, you can't get the original one that you had, but you could, I'm sure, find the same one.
Funny story about that. When I was a kid, I was supremely attached to this big stuffed ET. It was like from the floor, it was like this big.
Yeah.
And it was a big stuffed ET, but it was a fake Englishtown ET. It was not. It had like a dog nose on it. I'm not even kidding. Like a stuffed dog plastic. No, I'm not even kidding. And it had the finger, the glow. It was like glued on crooked. I'm not even kidding.
Oh,
so,
that is so E-Town.
It was just this total Englishtown, and this is the '80s, so ET was a big thing. It was like this big fake looking ET, but I was so freaking attached to it, and I don't know how, but my mother found the one exactly like it. 'Cause the one I had got just holes in it, and it was stuffed with the little styrofoam balls, that a beanbag chair stuffed with.
Yeah.
It was stuffed with that, so it just went at that thing. I snuggled it to death.
Oh God!
But
that's
somehow
awesome.
my mom found one exactly like it, and I have it. I have that. So she did find that.
And God bless your mom. And then to bring this back around, the reason why we referenced your mom before was we spoke a little Englishtown stuff before we began this, and then you hit your mom up and
she sent us a bunch of Englishtown pictures from the '80s.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And did she just take pictures? She knew where they were and pulled
Oh
them out?
yeah, she has all the pictures of family stuff in a shoebox or something sitting in her living room.
Oh, can I go to your mom's house?
Absolutely.
I just want to go through old Englishtown pictures.
Absolutely.
It'll make me cry.
We should
sad.
all go to Englishtown because I told her I really want to go to Englishtown. I just want to see it.
Why don't you go and grab a table? I'll rent a table. You should set up and sell your stuff there and just play acoustic.
Yeah, I'll play. I'm gonna play a show. I'm gonna play a
God.
show at Englishtown. I think I have to play a show at Englishtown, right in my grandfather's spot.
I want to MC it.
That would be cool.
Tell me all I can MC it.
That would actually be really cool. I might start to put that together, and I'll let you know.
I swear,
I'm not kidding.
If you don't involve me, I swear to God, I'll be crushed.
I will. I swear if I do it.
Shake on it right there.
Definitely. Deal.
There you go.
And it'll be free show. Just I want to do it for the fun of it. I'm not far from there.
I'm buying the egg sandwiches for everybody.
I hope
when
that
it's
they
done.
still have it.
Oh, they
You think
have
it's still
to.
there?
Poppy seed pork roll and egg sandwiches.
Yeah.
You can't do better.
And those donuts.
Wee donuts.
Yeah.
Motherfucking donuts. Well, there it is. I've been speaking to, like I said, extremely old friend.
Yes, 35 years.
Yeah, Ben Burnley of Breaking Benjamin here at Rockfest. Ben, really love you. Great
Thank you
to
so
see
much.
you.
Love you too, man.
And I'll see you out on the summer tour.
Awesome. Thank you.